So let me tell you one of the reasons of good meal. When we are talking about good meal, we mean you. And when I say good meal starts from you, I mean a good meal starts from the cooking process and it begins with you. Some of us tend to classify a good meal by the protein we use in cooking. When we talk about a good food or a good meal, we are not talking about the protein. I mean, you can use a lot of protein to cook and yet the food will not be good. And then you can use little or no protein to cook and the food will turn out nice. Then when we talk about a good food, we are talking about when a good cook know when to add water or know when to add little or no salt to his or her meal. A good cook will always know when the spices are much, when the salt is too much, or when the oil is not enough for his or her meal. A good cook will also know when to adjust all the necessary ingredients and know when the meat is overly cooked. The question everybody is meaning to ask and everybody is willing to know, how do we know a good cook? Sometimes I see a lot of people while cooking, they'll add a lot of water, and when asked, they'll say they want the food to reach everybody. Adding a lot of water to your meal does not make your meal last longer. Rather, it will make your meal finish on time. Let me gist you about it. When the soup or stew are thick, I mean, when it's thick, you don't need to add a lot of water to it. And when you add it to your rice or when you add the soup to your swallow, you tend to eat it more and it will not finish. When the soup or stew is very watery, you tend to be adding more and more and more of the soup or stew in order to eat your rice. And you find out that the rice there will be a lot of water under it. And there's this adage that goes this way: the eye will eat first before the mouth eats. And I kid you not, some of these persons that add a lot of water to their meal, when they see some of us that don't like adding a lot of water to our meal for it to look great, they'll be like, these people are rich people. But that's not true. You making your meal pleasant, you making your meal looking good and more pleasant to the eyes does not mean you're rich. It means you know how to put the necessary ingredients, you know how to adjust your water, and you also know how to cook good meat. So as from now henceforth, make sure your food are pleasant to the eyes, and when to add water, when to add salt, when to add little or no oil to your meal, and make it more pleasant. And also good. Know how to dish out your meal. Don't just dish out a meal as if you are dishing out one animal. Dish it well and make it more good and pleasant.